Yes. We are back in the building. It's a big show tonight with the World Cup preview. The World Cup starts tomorrow afternoon. Qatar, the host nation, taking on Ecuador. Well, man like Vibes in the building. He's about to do some Southgate slander, I'm sure. But for people that are in here right now, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. If you're new, hit the notification bell. Watch alongs across the tournament is going to be on the channel starting from tomorrow. There's 4 games a day for the next couple of weeks, and then as the group stage ends, we go into more of the knockout stages, so there'll be a bit less games going on. But there's going to be a bag of us man them in here just going through the games, commentating, having fun. So it should be good. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that good stuff right there. But there's only one place to start. Also, I will be dropping a link as well a little bit later as well for people that are in here and want to just give their opinion on the tournament, whether they want to give their eventual winner, golden boot winner, golden ball winner, young player, breakthrough player, dark horse, flop of the tournament. It's up to you. You come through, discuss what you need to discuss, and let me know what it is. But there is only one place to start. Just talking about Qatar and like them hosting this World Cup. I mean, they was awarded the World Cup in 2010, I believe it was. There was a lot of controversy surrounding how they were awarded the tournament. There was some bribery and corruption allegations. Indonesia failed to submit their bid, so it kind of just led it to Qatar. Qatar being the first nation in the Arab world to host a World Cup. Obviously, there's a certain agenda surrounding sports washing that's happened over the last, I don't even know how long now, because a lot of these Arab nations that have a lot of poor human rights records have been using sport as a way to kind of launder the kind of wash away their dirty laundry and whatnot. As you can see, there's been boxing over there. I know wrestling was there last weekend or the weekend before that. There's been, a lot of different football games going on, just like in terms of games rather than tournaments. And now the first major tournament finally making it there as well. So, Vibes, before we start talking about like some of the actual stuff that people want to hear, right? What's your thoughts on Qatar hosting this World Cup? And
Listen, when it was announced, I think we all thought the same thing, innit? It's they did it for the money, but what I do find funny is now all these FIFA man are saying, "Oh, it was wrong to give them the World Cup." Like, why didn't you think of that? When was it? 2 years ago they announced this. Why didn't you think of it then?
Nah, this is like what's 12 years ago now when they
Was it 12? No.
yeah, because they do them well in advance, in it. So 12 years ago, and I hear what you're saying, because I think like some of the people that are in FIFA now weren't there when it was awarded. You know what I'm saying? So they have a different opinion, and obviously the world has changed a lot in 12 years, isn't it? So I can understand it. Them saying that they're against it, but I don't know, man. Like, it's also a very weird time to have a World Cup as well. Like, because obviously that was the major thing, isn't it? We was like, when they awarded it, it was like, all right, Qatar's pretty hot in the summer, so like, what's gonna happen? Like, they were talking about having like aircon in the stadiums and that, players having to play like in the afternoon, like early evening and the evening and the night and stuff, because they don't want to be out there at 10 o'clock in the morning, for example, playing a match and stuff, because it could be pretty dangerous and whatnot. And then they decided to just move it to November, and we didn't know how that was going to pan out. Like, we didn't know if there was going to be a break in the season or not. But what's your thoughts on like a winter World Cup? Like, and do you reckon this could be a potential thing, like moving forward, if we go to a country that has like really harsh conditions in the summer?
No, for me personally, I do agree with it just because you were talking about the players and they're already on a busy schedule and now they had a 1 2 week break. They have to play the World Cup, and depending on how far they get like a week rest, and they have to play again. It's another 3 games a week basically,
Yeah, because
and
it's gonna be a
it's
bit
just,
like,
and for the
yeah,
fans, isn't it? It's
yeah.
just not a good time for the fans as well to watch it.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, it's the fans as well, because obviously we like a lot of these games are going to be on at like 10 o'clock in the morning here. Like for some of the people in America, like this is like in like early in the morning, like before you even wake up and stuff. So I don't know how that's going to pan out for some people. I don't know how the viewing figures are going to be, but I mean, it's all a bit interesting. We're going to have to see how it all kind of pans out as the tournament moves on. But then talking about the host nation, right? Like Qatar, this is their first World Cup, and like they've never qualified for that yet. Like, what do you reckon the expectations are going to be for their country? Because I'm going to be totally honest with you. Like, I don't really know any of their players like that. Like, I've kind of gone through a lot of the different squads, and like I don't really recognize a lot of their players at all. And I don't know like whether they're gonna be one of those teams where they're gonna be really embarrassing or whatnot, or are they gonna rise to the occasion? Because I'm just not sure in it. Like I'm just kind of like I'm kind of
Big man,
out of it, fam.
I'm telling you now, tomorrow Qatar are getting a penalty. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm telling you now, they're gonna get a penalty tomorrow.
Hey, why are you talking like you got some
Listen,
background information, fam? Like you're about to do the Ivan Tony thing and start betting
oh,
in
wait,
them.
listen, who they playing again? Who they playing?
Ecuador.
I'm telling you now, some Ecuador players just gonna randomly fly kick someone and they're gonna get a penalty. You're gonna see that player go home on a private jet. It's all good.
Nah, you're nah. You're moving mad, fam. You're moving like Ivan Tony, bro. You're betting on this game, fam. You know some background information that we don't know, bro.
Nah,
That's
listen.
crazy.
I don't know much about. I've seen the allegations and stuff, but I don't. Yeah, I don't really know much about Qatar. You know.
Thing about it is, yeah, like I feel like it goes two ways, in it. They either be like they either like exceed expectations, because obviously I'm sure a lot of the teams in there will be like, you're not gonna do anything, right? Like we can beat you like on any day. And I just think it'll be kind of embarrassing. This whole 12 years you were building up for this year, and then you go out in the group stage of your home tournament, the first tournament, like, because you're having to rep like the Middle East for the first time in the World Cup. So if you go out in the group stage, yeah, no matter how hard your group was, it's going to be very embarrassing for the nation. And like, it's going to be even harder for them to even qualify for the next one. Because even though it's 48 teams in the next one, right, in 2026, it's like, I don't know where that, because you go out in the group stage, you fall down the world rankings. There are better teams out there than you as well. So it's like, this could be their first and maybe only chance for a very long time to get to a World Cup, and so they need to perform. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But I don't really know much of their team as well, in it. So like I'm kind of like in that kind of stage and that. But let me
Listen,
get.
if everything's legit, they're gonna make it bottom of the group. Anything else, I'm telling you, we've all heard that Buster Rhymes song. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Man, hey, let me get into some comments whilst we here. Big up to Eddie. He's saying big up to all of you and all of us in the chat. I just feel like Brazil will do some Samba brilliance and win this cup. Yeah, I feel like Brazil are my favorites. I can't even lie. Big up Brush as well. I just feel like it's Holland's time to shine. Totally unbiased, no agendas. Yeah, we already know. Brush has switched allegiances, bruv. I know this for a fact, bruv. He switched allegiances, bruv. He said, I'm Dutch for this tournament, fam. Let's see what they can do though under Louis van Gaal. Big up my guy NN in the building. Samba hype, Messi hype. It's coming home hype. World Cup curse will all lead to Chupo Gotin lifting the trophy. Hey, and then I don't think that's happening, bro. Your group, what's your group? Your group is Brazil, Serbia, and Switzerland. I don't think you make it out of that group, big man. I can't lie to you. Can't lie. Big up Munzi in here. Yeah, we got you already know there had to be a new intro for this one, man. For the World Cup, there needed to be an intro. I'm telling you, fam. I need to do it still. I hope Vibes is repping Morocco.
No, big man. You see this rich Infantino, yeah? Rich big man. You need to get on the stream, bro. Nah.
Which will be in a bit. It'll be in a bit still, but yeah, this is funny as well. What's your team saying? Let me know. Give me the rundown, man. That's your team for this tournament by force. So you gotta let me know what's going on, fam. You getting out of that group?
I'm not involved. I'm not. Listen, them man, yeah. Who we got? Why am I saying we for? But we got ZH.
You got Hakimi.
Nah, it's not. I basically paid Rich to get Races mode, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's one of them ones.
Yeah, because Morocco's group is Belgium, Canada, and Croatia. It's a pretty even group. I can't lie, a little bit, like across the board, man. Like Croatia's side, for the most part, they're decent, but then there's obviously some aging components to it. Same with Belgium. Like this is like last chance. If they don't do anything in this tournament, then they have to disband the whole thing, because everybody has been saying for several tournaments that they should be like semi-finalists, finalists, because they just have a golden generation, and it's just not really worked out for them. And then Canada, some good young players, but I don't know what's gonna
No, no,
end
no.
up,
Nope, not them, man. Not them, man. Not them, man. Not them, man. We
But
cannot lose to them, man.
Yo, big up to my guy CM in the building. What you saying? Sending blessings to everyone inside. Monzi saying, "Let's go Costa Rica." That's his team in the sweepstakes, the Eagle Eye Football sweepstakes for the World Cup. The circumstances have tainted this World Cup. Just knowing that the bid was corrupt, migrant workers and injuries, people died as well trying to build a stadium. That's another thing I forgot to mention too. Like the whole thing is just like it's not good. Like in terms of the backdrop and like the build up to this. Like even still, like I don't even feel like it's a World Cup. We're literally the day is we're a day away from it, and I don't even feel excited like how I would be when it's a World Cup. Like it's just like tomorrow's gonna be another day type of thing.
Yeah,
So
it's not the same vibe, it's not the same vibe, bro.
you don't feel like it, do you? Like I'm just kind of like, yeah, like this is just only another day. Big up Jez. The link will be dropping soon, my bro. A few of the men are gonna come in here and just give their say on things, and then we'll just drop the link to everyone else so they can do what they need to do. The Qatar manager is a former Barca manager from there. Let me see who that is. Who is that, bro? I need to check this out because I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. It's Pep's nephew or something.
Let me see, man. But yeah, the head coach is Felix Sanchez. Yeah, Spanish coach. He was the Barca youth coach from 1996 to 2006 for 10 years, and then he moved to Qatar to that Aspire Academy. Yeah, because I know about this Aspire Academy. It's like a football academy out there. But yeah, and he's been there. He was there from 2006 to 2013. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know what they're gonna do though. That's the thing. I don't know what they're on in it, so we'll see. Big up Super Nick in here. Happy birthday to you.
Yo, yeah, I was gonna say shout out Super Nick again. Happy birthday.
Come on. She says that she's loving this. She's fresh.
Yeah,
Hey,
listen, yeah,
enjoy.
that's how you gotta do it. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Big up Niall in here. Anything's possible with a couple hyenas. Hey,
Nah, listen, big man, and nothing. I'm not gonna send. You know what? I might get cancelled if I say something about Qatar still. You know. Let me not say I was about to say still.
Fam, all I know is hey, Paul Pogba's not hearing it, so I don't know what God still.
That's just that's a good thing. Reece James ain't at the World Cup.
Hey, yo, big up my guy Darren in the building. What you saying, my bro?
What's good, my people, man? I'm good. Shout out everybody listening so far. Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Just running.
You looking forward to this World Cup, bro? Like,
listen. You already know my situation with my club. I just heard one of you mention Reece James. You know what's funny? Actually, saw him the other day. Actually met him around London.
Oh yeah.
But no, I am tired of club football. I don't want to see nothing but no club football. I'm just waiting for, my country, Ghana, and obviously watch England, a couple different teams. Just show me something else, show me some good football, something to smile about, because, this season so far has not been the one. But no, World Cup, I'm excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but there's this like welling up of joy inside me because the last World Cup, Ghana wasn't in it.
Yeah,
and, obviously England, watch England, but there's a different type of joy when it's your home country. So, listen, man, I'm excited. There's a lot of different teams as well. I'm trying to see, somebody do something. So I'm gonna enjoy it, just vibes, enjoy the tournament. Yeah.
Come on. I asked this question to Vibes, so I'll ask it to you. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on Qatar actually hosting this World Cup? Like, what's the overall feeling?
Ooh, so initially, I remember when they bidded and then they accepted, and it was a bit like question marks. It was like Qatar of all places, like that's a bit random, but I don't know. For me personally, I don't actually mind. Obviously, there's a lot of this controversy around the whole, their thoughts on different things, like the rainbow flag, and just different things that they don't want the Western world to come and interfere with. But for me, I'm not too fussed. It being during the winter is a bit of a throw off. It's something new. I don't know if I prefer it. We'll see as the tournament goes through. But I don't mind. I sort of welcome the idea of a slight change, having a different country be a host, and obviously the weather is going to be super hot. We did have one in Africa not too long ago.
Mm.
It'll be interesting to see how the players take that up. But yeah, I'm welcoming the idea of Qatar hosting it. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure their facilities will be top notch. So it'll be interesting to see how that country sort of hosts the tournament.
Yeah. And then, what do you think about their country as a footballing nation, like in terms of what their expectations are for this tournament? Because we were saying how there's only two ways it goes. It's either they exceed expectations and somehow miraculously get out of that group, or they go home pretty embarrassing with like no wins and embarrass the whole Middle East because they hosted the whole World Cup, build up nice stadiums and that in the desert, but then you just go home at the first hurdle, fam. Like, so what do you think?
Yeah, no, that will be interesting to see. I remember, was it Russia? Or that maybe that was the Euros, I can't remember. But they like surprised people and was actually, doing decent. Qatar, I'll be so honest. I don't know about you guys, but I don't expect nothing from Qatar.
I expect one thing from them. I already told you, man. Listen, there's going to be some very rich players tomorrow in that other team, Man are going home on private jets. They're going to retire tomorrow. It's going to be nice for them. You're going to see maybe 2 penalties tomorrow.
Fam, look, if that happens, then then we have to write off the whole World Cup because it's just corrupt from start to finish, fam. Because
listen, even the game will give Samuel Eto'o the bug. Samuel Eto'o thinks they're making the quarter or semi-final.
What, you think Qatar making the quarters or semi?
Yeah, I think it was a quarter or semi. I seen his predictions. I'm like, yeah.
I don't know what. Hey, you see, and then, bruv, you see your countryman there, yeah. I don't know what he's doing to your nation, your national team, boy. But you have to get him out, vote him out quickly, fam, because he can't be there. He can't. If he thinks Qatar getting a semi, nah.
Listen, child support ain't easy, innit? So,
bruv, Cameroon, you're finished, bruv. That's crazy, fam. That is crazy. Super Nick saying see you. Ricciani Infantino, bruv. That draw that he did on Sunday was hilarious, man. For that sweepstakes, it's funny, man. Big up Manjin here as well. Chino, big up yourself. Saying that the 76ers guard Tyrese Maxey will miss approximately 3 to 4 weeks due to a bone injury in the left foot. Hey, nah. I saw that yesterday though. It was a bad injury still. Vibes is here, fam. Where are you, bruv? What are you talking about? Vibes is doing a show.
Yeah, because my country, Morocco, made it. That's why.
Bruv, Chino, get in here, fam. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Stress-free football. Hey, man, are you a Chelsea fan as well, fam? That's hilarious.
I sense it from that message. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Listen, it's been a long, painful, 18, nearly 2.
Yo,
oh boy,
Chelsea fans running away from club football, bro, because they
don't want it no more. No smack talk, no nothing.
They said vibes is Ghanaian now, fam.
Against Uruguay, I am, yeah.
Yeah, definitely against Uruguay. Yeah, you have to be the whole.
Listen,
world.
I told you, take Jordan out. You don't even play him. Yeah, just let him 2-foot someone.
Yo, man saying that I've read rumors of a 1-0 win for Qatar tomorrow. Nah, I'm cool.
I told you penalty in the first few minutes.
Listen, yeah, Russia beating Spain in the last World Cup. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that too. Russia did pretty well in the last World Cup, to be fair. I think. What did they get? Did they get to I think they got to the last 16, or was it? Quarters?
Yeah, I think it was. Was it Bell? Actually, no.
Yeah, I think because they beat Spain on penalties.
Yeah, I think it's either quarterfinals or.
Spain.
I think it's quarterfinals. I'm sure they got to a quarterfinals. I'm sure about it.
I definitely remember being surprised by them.
Might as well start hating. Big up Illa.
Yeah, you're right. They got to the quarterfinals and they only lost on penalties.
Yeah, so they did pretty well in that World Cups. To be fair, I mean, I can't see the same happening for Qatar, but who knows? Prove me wrong in it. Like that's all I ask in it. Look at the hate. Watch when we get to the finals. You're not getting to no finals ending. I don't know what you're on about. You see your group. Your group is tough, bro. You're not coming through that easily. Like Brazil are there, fam. Any change for you, Jollof Rose, with the win over the Swiss? I don't know about no Jollof Rose, yeah, but apparently we were playing some champagne football. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see for Portugal on Thursday for it. Like I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that one.
Oh man.
But yeah, there's a few subplots here that are happening throughout this World Cup, innit? So Harry Kane could potentially become the first player to win 2 golden boots, right? I'm gonna ask both of you though, like, do you think he can actually do it? Or is there gonna be somebody else that you're probably thinking about as top scorer in the tournament? And obviously I'll get your predictions as well later on too.
You know what? When I look at it, in my opinion, Harry Kane, when it comes to tournaments, some people might feel differently, maybe because of the goals he scored and whatnot. But Kane has not had a single good tournament with England, in my opinion. From the last World Cup, I know he got the golden boot, but that to me, that was the most fugazi golden boot I've ever seen. If you go across all of history, I promise you, you will not see a more fugazi golden boot. Like literally. After that, each of the tournaments, I thought he was terrible. The last Euros,
yeah, he was bad in the last Euros.
Bad. I was looking at Lukaku, thinking, "Oh my God, I'll take Lukaku," and like, bro, Kane just was playing poor because we know what his standard should be. Obviously, we can, adjust that and put that onto Southgate, but we all know, regardless of the manager, I still expect a certain level from a player that a lot of people consider to be world class. So looking at this tournament and looking around at the other top forwards, other than, your Messi's, Neymar's, I don't know who else, Ronaldo, who else is really going to be like those, a big dog. I think Benzema might be missing out potentially.
Yeah, I've seen some news on that. Like, can someone confirm to me? Like,
yeah, if anybody could confirm in the comments, because I'm not sure what's going on with Benzema's situation. It's looking like, I don't know if it's an injury.
Apparently limped out training or something. I don't know if he's serious or anything, but
they're dropping that flies because they
lost Nkunku as well, innit?
Yeah, he's out for like 10 weeks or whatever, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just circling back on the Kane thing, I think he's definitely capable of, because I don't expect him to have another terrible tournament. If he does, then that would be really disappointing for me and just outlook on his career. But at the same time, the guy is talented. He does have ability. If England were ever going to try something this tournament, not to say they'll win it, but if they're ever going to actually start performing, maybe this is the one. And this is the one where Kane might perform, because this season so far, he's been playing with a Tottenham team that have been playing the most terrible football I've seen Tottenham play in years. Yet Kane is still scoring. So potentially he could, carry on that form, just do it with England as well, and maybe lead them to, some pretty far into the tournament. If he can, then why not? I don't see many competitors against him.
Yeah. I advise, what are you saying on Harry Kane? Do you reckon he could win the Golden Boot again? Or is this or was that first one that he won the only one we're going to see in his
that first one was funny. You had a deflected back heel from
yeah, that's the one I remember the most. Yeah. I swear to God, so
Now, do you know what my problem with Kane is? I don't care about Spurs, but especially with the way Southgate plays, he's always dropping deep because there's no creativity in midfield, and you need him up front. And we're going to get into Southgate later on, but yeah, but the way he's going to play, I don't expect Kane to be top scorer.
Because because obviously, like as you mentioned, how he was like he loves to drop deep in that system because of no creativity, right? Like, so in the Euros, I noticed that a lot from him, and it was just kind of like, just stay up front, like stay in that position, because the wide men are gonna help you out. Like if they come inside and they try to find you with a ball, because like even like I was seeing at points here when in the Euros, Sterling was basically the attacker. He was the one that kept drifting off the right hand side, and then he was in the position centrally, and Kane would just be running around like in some mad places. I'm just like, bro, what's going on here? I don't know if he's gonna win the Golden Boot. Like, obviously he's one of the top strikers in the world, but I just don't think England are gonna do much, because I think the pragmatism will help them through the group stage, although they should be winning that group kind of comfortably. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the nation they've got, obviously you're gonna have a tough game against Wales because it's just like a passion thing. Iran
needs to bag a hat trick against Iran,
Iran
needs to bag a hat trick against them, man.
Iran have a an interesting history in the
Nah,
World Cup.
Roland, don't do them ones.
No, it's true though, because they always kind of end up with like some nice little like number 10s in their team and that like they always end up being quality. So it's like you just never know in it like with them. And then obviously United States are United States. Their team has evolved a lot from like what we come to know. Like we used to know them to be very workman, like very fit. They could outrun you and that, but now it's bare techie. Like a lot of their young players are playing in Europe and stuff like that. So it's a different proposition. There's a lot of pacey guys in there as well. The American team's not really blessed with pace before in it, so like it's a bit different now. So they're gonna have a pretty tough game against the United States, and so it should be interesting to see that game as well. But yeah, we'll see. In terms of another subplot, yeah, have Denmark replaced Turkey as like the new dark horses? Because you remember back in the day, Turkey always used to be that team that everyone was like looking at, and they was always exceeding expectations. Like 2002, get to a semi-final. I think in the Euros in 2008, they got to, I don't know if it was a quarters or a semis. I think it was a quarters.
It was quarters.
But they were shocking the team again. Obviously, that's a football mad nation and all of that. And obviously, they didn't qualify this time around. They lost to Portugal in the playoff to get to this. But Denmark over the last couple of tournaments have emerged as like the new dark horses. They look like they're going through a different generation in terms of some of their players as well. And obviously, like they got some quality players playing in top leagues in Europe as well now. So what do you guys think about Denmark now emerging as a new dark horse?
Yeah, I think when you look at it, like you said, Denmark, I feel like over the years there's been a couple of dark horses. I know even the likes of Croatia, I know they've always had Modric, but I don't think people like really respected them up until that World Cup where they reached the final. And even then, you look at Denmark as well, another European team, which maybe a lot of the time European teams, people sort of look down. It's usually just the England, Spain, Germany, the standard teams, Italy. Now, obviously, Italy missing the World Cup as well. These other teams around are looking very impressive. Denmark, like you said, they have a very solid core team, even with, the past Euros and even Ericsson, having his unfortunate, accident. That team plays very well as a team. Like you see a lot of these countries and nations finding ways to, find the best way to connect together. Denmark seems to be one of those teams that have that, but at the same time do have a lot of good individual quality. I look at the likes of even someone like Christensen, who for me I've always criticized at Chelsea. I do think he's a good player, but I've always criticized maybe one side of his game, the physicality. And whenever he plays for Denmark, for me, he seems to like bring it out the most. When he scored that, I think it was during the Euros, he scored that, was it a first time shot out of the corner? Went top bins. I was like, that's not Christensen. But playing for nation is always different. When some of these players play for the nation, they do very well. They got the likes of, is it Højbjerg that plays for them?
Højbjerg. Højbjerg.
They got that other midfielder as well. They got quite like a solid team, and they don't come across as like pushovers. They come across as a team who, they will be in your face fight there. With Ericsson as well coming, they've got that quality who's, let them play. If you allow them to play, they will show you the quality they have. And I think even the past Euros, was it England that knocked them out?
Yeah, in the semi-final.
Then
it was a tough game then.
I'll be honest, England got pretty lucky. I swear it was that some penalty.
Yeah,
should have been a penalty.
Sterling, they like little tap on the shoulder and he went down. I was like, because when that happened, I was like, you lot got away with this because Denmark were pumping them first.
Denmark were coming. I'm telling you. So like, I don't know, man. For me, they've got like a nice core team. A lot of these decent youngsters. I even forgot that Anderson guy as well. Has been playing for Palace, right? Yeah. They got like a lot of these players here and there. You might not notice them initially, but when they come as a collective, they're very decent. I do think they'll do all right. They'll do, get to at least the knockout rounds, I reckon. But I think alongside Denmark, there's about 2 or 3 teams that I reckon will definitely surprise people this tournament.
What do you think about Denmark, Vibes?
Yeah, I was just going to touch. I like the togetherness of their team because we've seen in the past. You've seen England teams, recently Belgium, good individuals, but they just never gel well. And these lot, even if they're not the best quality, they'll always fight for each other. And even during the Euros, they had players like, are they really watching before? They had Damsgaard who look good.
Yeah.
Christiansen, yeah, he's not good for Barcelona, but whenever he plays for Denmark, he's one of their better ones. They got Schmeichel, he's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think overall it's a mix of, they've got good young talent, and they're just solid together. So they're always going to give you a tough game.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like even with some of their players, kind of like the squad's not old, but they're very experienced. Like, so, like, Christensen's been playing for first team football from about 18. Like, and he's what, 25, 26 years old now, I believe. Like, and so he's been around the block, even though he's still kind of relatively young in football terms, right? They got Simon Kjær, who plays for AC Milan. Obviously, Darren mentioned Joachim Andersen, who's playing at Palace. They got Myla, who plays for Atalanta, who played a really good Euros as well last time out. Obviously, they've got Højbjerg in midfield. They've got Poulsen as well, the striker at Leipzig. Obviously, they have experience in there, like with Kasper Dolberg, Martin Braithwaite as well. And then obviously Christian Eriksen basically being the spearhead to their team. And so, like, yeah, they could potentially shock some teams again, after that Euros where they got to a semi-final. It's like they could do what they need to do. I mean, European teams have performed well in the last 4 World Cups, because basically since 2002, every World Cup's been won by a European team. So Italy, Germany, Spain, and France have won the World Cups after 2002. So I don't think it's going to happen this time around. I feel like you saw the video of the England national team training in that heat, and they were struggling. Like, they had to get and the way I see it, I was just like, yeah, like if you're struggling like this, doing the training in the morning and stuff like that, it's going to take a lot out of you. And I feel like the countries that have acclimatized by coming to that region a bit early, and then those that are just used to them kind of temperatures and playing them kind of temperatures, are going to be the ones that are probably going to perform a little bit better than them. But we have to wait and see how all that acclimatization kind of goes and stuff. Let me get into some more comments though. Chino saying he's still on the clock, so he can't make it. He's still at work, fam. I feel sorry for you, bro. But if you can make it afterwards, bro, let me know, innit? Oh man, you're a United fan. I was about to say, I thought you was a Chelsea fan. The way you was talking, bro. I was like, bro, you must be a Chelsea still. Man said, allow it, Roland. Your legends are out here doing Oprah Winfrey interviews. What interview, bro?
Me and Roland are not involved in that one. We don't know what's going on.
Hey, what's no.
Roland, you know already. You know.
I mean,
that's not my legend, though.
He's not lying, though.
That's not my legend, though. Like,
Roland moving out fraudulent, yeah.
Hey, that's not my legend, though.
Nah.
He's not.
Roland's picking. Roland's picking Louis Saha over him,
I never did, though. See, I'll be real. I've always said this. I've said this on stream before. There's only 5 legends at Man United. You could say whoever you want, yeah. There's only 5. It's Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, George Best, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs.
Big man, the first 3, I ain't ever seen him play,
Me neither.
You can call him a legend.
They got a statue outside.
Wait, why is that a cup of 5? This is what I'm confused about.
It's 5.
Why 5? I don't.
Because look. Because the other 2, yeah. So Wayne Rooney's the top scorer of all time, and then Ryan Giggs is the record appearance holder. That's it.
Listen, number 11, yeah, he's not on my list. He could be on yours, Roland, but he's not on mine.
On the list because he's on the list. He's in the history book. What are you gonna do?
Listen, number 11's on a different list. He's not on a legends list. We'll keep that one moving, innit? Because there's 2 number 11s on that list still.
Yeah. Whoa, relax. See, relax on that one, innit? All I'm saying here, yeah, is that them man there, they're the legends, because everybody start talking about Rio's a legend, Keane's a legend, Scholes.
Them man. No. If you have the Welsh DT as a legend, I'm picking Rio and them man. Yeah.
You can pick them, but I'm just saying that, like, if we just keep it like subjective, yeah, then it should be calm, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Big up Richard.
Actually, I just thought, why are we talking? Let's talk about Denmark and them man. Forget these guys. They give us enough stress in the season.
Yeah, see, Ellen, you set this off by saying that, bro. Don't
like Rich Blatter, yeah.
Nice job. Man
like Rich Blatter.
Man like Rich in the building. What you saying, my bro?
What are you saying, Vibes, Hakimi? You good?
See the racism already.
I'm good. Listen, apologies, people, for my lateness. I was at my boy's traditional wedding, wicked evening and stuff, and I think I've sobered up.
Yeah, I bet you were already.
All right, well, Rich, seeing as you're hearing it, I'm going to ask you the next question first. Yeah, so obviously, as I mentioned, European teams have won the World Cup since 2002. So that's Italy, Spain, Germany, and France. Is it time for South American football to take back its mantle as world champions again? Specifically, Brazil and Argentina, because the other teams now they're not doing it. But
yeah, obviously you look at Brazil and Argentina as the favourites, but after I saw like England having to have the aircon fan blowing on them, I'm hoping the African nations can take control of this heat. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can't really look past Brazil and Argentina, to be honest, and stuff. But I guess and this is why I feel like the spread of the amount of countries that qualify need to be kind of evened out a bit. You know, obviously, I think the next World Cup's 48 teams, which I think is too much. That's too much football, in my personal opinion, and such. But yeah, no, looking forward to this World Cup, and I do think the European stranglehold will be broken this time around.
That's an interesting one, Darren. What are you saying though? What do you think? Do you think it's time for South America to take back the crown, or?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think it's long overdue. Like, obviously, you know, we're supporting our home nations, but when I look at it objectively and I look at some of these teams, I do think there is still big pressure on Lionel Messi. Some people say because he won the Copa America, it's like, oh, he's done his job. But let's keep it 100. This guy's considered to be, you know, the greatest of all time, if not one of the. So having that World Cup not to his name is something that even over time people will look at and sort of criticize him on. The likes of even Neymar and these other guys as well. Neymar has big pressure on him. And when I look at the two teams over the years, you know, me, I'm personally Messi. You know, I prefer Messi over Ronaldo, but like I've always wanted Messi to do well. But when I look at the surrounding team with Argentina and even the way they've been coached, it's like the team it's never really clicked fully, or it's never been that perfect team. Right now, for me, it's the best team I've seen Argentina have in terms of balance, height, and all the rest. Like, you're not going to get a better team than this, in my opinion. Messi, anyway. I look at the Brazil team. Brazil's team looks very balanced all the way around as well. They've had periods where they've struggled with having either the midfield is missing or the defense is missing, or attackers around certain guys are missing. And to me, it looks like they've been like decent. I'm sure you lot saw when we faced Brazil on that friendly. The way Brazil were peppering us, I said, yeah, they look serious. They look serious attacking wise. So, yeah, for me, I think away from Europe, I don't see any of them, you know, bearing the flag. France, the former winners, I don't see it. Unfortunately, I don't see it. I look at their midfield and I'm not convinced. The others, Germany, not convinced. England, not convinced. Spain, not convinced. None of them I'm convinced. So when I look to the
not just Germany, they're young, you know, they're looking good.
They are young, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit like harsh on them, but like the past, let's say 5 couple years, they have been like off it compared to what they normally are. You know, maybe they'll turn it up this championship. Maybe they'll definitely turn it up. But for me, now when I see their leading lineup, I think that okay, fair enough. Müller, put Müller to the side. Kai Havertz. And I don't mean to just get onto him because I'm a Chelsea fan, but Kai Havertz to lead you. This is his first World Cup. A lot of them are babies in this thing. So I don't see them being, you know, that, you know, big powerhouse. Their defense as well is Sula and Rudiger.
Yeah.
I know Rudiger's good, but like, come on. Do you know what I mean?
You remember in 2010 when it was like they had a young team then and they surprised all of us and they got to the semis. Remember, like, so it was like you just never know, innit? Like this.
But compare Özil to
Havertz,
and you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh in it, but the guys now compared to then, but you know, all it takes is guys to turn up. Gnabry, Sané, if they do something, No, but
Musiala
they're born right now.
Musiala is
He's a
Musiala
baller.
Musiala could
He's
do
techie.
something in this tournament. That's all
He's
I know,
techie.
innit? Like, this could be the breakout for him. So, like, proper breakout, world stage type of stuff. So, you just never know. You never know with the German team. They're always efficient. You know how it is. Somebody's gonna hold a beating, bro. Like in this
No, 100%.
by them, definitely. So it's one of those, isn't it? I think it's vibes. Actually, let me get your opinion on that before we move on. In it. So, what do you think? Do you think it's gonna be a South American team to take this time, or is it gonna stay with Europe?
I think Brazil this time. I don't know if you've seen the latest R9 documentary, but the pressure in that country is different. I didn't know how bad it was because they're showing the R9 when he collapsed during the final because of all the pressure on him. And think about it, when you're blaming someone like R9 for now, when you get imagine now you got the new face, he won one. You've not won one since 02, and you got Neymar he's delivered, but at the same time in big tournaments he's been a bit hit and miss. So I think this is his last World Cup as well. So I think this is the time for him.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. I mean, we got to move on to these predictions, innit? We're gonna go into this group by group, and then see who's gonna emerge, and then we'll go into a few other things as well. Just give me 1 second to pull this up right now.
Whilst you pulled it up, bro, I really think this heat is gonna play a factor. You know. You know, obviously you saw Bandit on Twitter or like the England national team every 5 minutes, aircon. You know what I mean? So obviously, depending on the time of their matches, I think it could play a massive factor. You know, so hopefully, like I say, one of the African nations who are obviously quite acclimatized to that sort of heat on a day-to-day basis may spring a surprise. Fingers crossed.
You know, I was gonna say it could work in favor for the African teams and South American ones.
And South
Obviously,
America,
depending on the timing, it could work for them. Because you see, man like Declan Rice and them, man, they're like, yo, this is like that 2-day heat wave all over again.
Nah, they said that Declan Rice is suffering from heat stroke. You know?
All right, listen, Kevin De Bruyne is literally gonna be like, "Let me talk. I need water. I need water."
All right, let me just get this up. All right.
I tell you what, the comments are killing me. By the way, this Rich Blatter thing has spread.
Yeah, because it was a fix, bro. They said you fixed the sweepstakes, you know.
I didn't.
You fixed it.
See, that's what they all say, you know.
I generally didn't, but you know what? I would happily accept the agenda because it's funny. How is an Irishman getting England and a Mexican get USA?
Yeah, that's Depo fix.
That's so
Depo fix. That's Depo fix. All right, so Group A, it's the host nation Qatar, the Netherlands, Senegal, and Ecuador. Which team is going to be the group winner, and who's going to qualify with them to the last 16 out of these 4 teams? Let's start off. Darren, give me your prediction on that first.
You know, for me, yeah, when the draws were first done, I had Netherlands to be my actual dark horse team. Like they will do something crazy, like surprise a lot of people and go pretty far. I'll have them to top the group. Like I said, I don't expect Qatar to do anything. Between Ecuador and Senegal, see, because Senegal's lost Mane, that's like a big miss for them. Very big miss. But I think I still have them to come second over Ecuador. Ecuador isn't a pushover team, though, to be fair. These South Americans, they love to dig hard, but I do think the Senegal team is decent. I feel like hopefully these African teams this year are gonna come and show their game and that they can actually kick ball serious. You know what I mean? So yeah, Senegal, I don't think it's a one-man team. I think they'll come second alongside Netherlands.
Rich, what are you saying?
You know what? I had Netherlands and Senegal going through up until the Mane injury, to be honest. I think that's now tipped it in Ecuador's favor because Ecuador are a decent side. You know, back in the day, you'd think Ecuador, piece of cake. But nowadays,
yeah, it's different. It's pretty different.
They're balling out. And I think Senegal may struggle without Mane because he's just a talisman. you
Yeah.
know. He just carries them, and the way that his season's not been great either.
Yeah.
Like you'd hope like he can save them, but yeah, I want Senegal to go through, but I think the Mane loss is too big.
Vibes. Give me your two.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Netherlands, Ecuador.
Ooh.
But I think Qatar will finish fourth. But if they finish second, all I'm gonna say is it's not because of football. There's gonna be some very rich players coming out this World Cup,
Yeah, that is funny as well. All right, let's move on to Group B. There we go. Let me just do that. Group B, obviously, England, the United States, Wales, and Iran. Now, which two teams are qualifying from this group? Because this is an interesting one. I can't lie to you. Because you know that they're saying England are overwhelming favorites in this because there's the ignorance will tell you that America are not a footballing nation, but most of their players play in Europe now. It's a different America than what we've been used to in World Cup, so it's not the same. Wales grudge match. Whenever they play England, they're like, you lot think you are our big brothers, but we'll spank you. And they've done it before at Euros. Let's not forget. They've done it before. And then Iran, bogey team. That's all. I'll give them bogey. I'll give them bogey team. Because they could do something. Because remember, England drew with Algeria, and then Wayne Rooney was talking about nice to see your own fans support, and all this type of stuff. So like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you just don't know. But who do you think, Darren? Who do you think these two teams are gonna emerge from Group B?
I'm so as people who live in England, I'm so like this England team, man. I'll be honest. Like I personally said to myself, I'm not watching England like that unless they get further into the competition. I really have low expectations of them. Southgate will have them playing terrorist football, and I think this group is going to be a lot tighter than people expect. To win the group, they're all like similar to me. Surely it has to be England. I don't think they're as big of favourites that people make it out to be, but between all of them, England have the most quality. They should be topping this. If they don't, then Jesus, I don't know what I'm going for Southgate. To come second, this is a tight one because I do actually like the way Wales try to approach games, and then USA as well. I wouldn't underestimate them completely. I'm gonna say USA. I'm gonna say USA. Just random. I could flip a coin and choose right now between the two, but I'm gonna go England and USA.
Rich, which two teams emerge from this group?
I think there's going to be a shock in this group.
Yeah.
I'm going USA to top it.
I was gonna say the same thing. I can't lie. They just. I feel like they're better than what people think they are. Really. That's what I was saying.
And what helps is that a lot of their players actually play around Europe a lot more these days and stuff. And I just think of England and the fact that Harry Maguire and even Kyle Walker playing as a centre back.
Oh no! Listen, respect Harry Maguire for England. Yeah.
Hey, Vibes, what happened here, bro? How have you changed to Three Lions here? But you're Morocco, bro. What's going on?
Listen, you know what it is? Osama bin Southgate. Yeah, he's got this tax in it.
I think Southgate's the reason why England finished second. So I've got you. I know it sounds mad, but I've got USA top in the group.
What do you lot think of Wales though? Just real quick, do you lot think they're gonna not cause any problems at all?
They're not the same Wales as Euro 2000 and was it 8 or whatever it was. They're not the same. I don't think so.
I don't know. Like it's like they're a lot better than they've been. Like just in recent years, like they're not going to be pushovers for sure.
No,
Gareth Bale obviously is like that's the talisman, isn't it? Like, and he, the reason why he moved to the MLS was because he was waiting for this. He was like, look, I need my match rhythm, so I'll play my games.
Yeah.
Match rhythm. Let me get my games together so that when I get to this World Cup, I'm ready, fam. World stage, like first World Cup for Wales since 1958 or something like that. Something crazy like that.
Crazy too.
So he made sure that he made a move that would benefit him going into this World Cup. So he's ready to go. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but can they cause a shock here? The only way they can do it is if England don't qualify. Because I feel like USA will qualify from the group. That's what I feel like.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think this group will finish like 4-4-4-0,
Yeah.
something like that. Like,
Yeah.
mad goal difference in that.
Yeah. That's the way it's looking right now. Vibes, what are you saying? Which two teams are gonna emerge from Group B?
England have to top the group. They have to.
Mm.
And then Wales, I'm gonna put Wales second just because Bale he comes alive at tournaments, so I'm gonna put Wales second. But I'm telling you, if Osama bin Southgate don't top this group, just leave him in Qatar. Just leave him there, bro. Just find some slum or whatever, some random street. Just leave him there.
Fam, that is crazy, fam. I can't lie. I can see US. I agree with Rich. I can see USA topping this group just because it's like they're gonna be underestimating them. Do you know how the England fans are? They still are making jokes about like the way the supporters like taking football and that. Keep doing that, innit? Because
they've got some good players. They've got
the players at their disposal. Yeah, is like if we're going.
England don't do well against pace.
Trust, because now
Pulisic, of all people, he's going to be hungry.
Big man Pulisic, I'd be surprised if he steps on the pitch, you know.
Yeah, no, Timothy Weah as well. They got players, you know.
McKennie,
they got players, you know. Like
Tyler Adams has had a decent season for Leeds.
Yeah, he's been good.
Trust me, man. This ain't gonna be no joke, man.
I think it's just because I remember Bale always does some of our tournaments, you know.
Yeah, you're right. He always does.
And they've got James as well, the bleep test match. His pace obviously going to cause people problems, but
yeah.
Well, sure. Vibes. Unfortunately for Bell this time around, there's no fairway, there's no tee, there's no bunkers. There might be bunkers.
There's definitely bunkers, fam. There's sand everywhere, fam. Everyone's there. All right, let's move on to Group C. Let me just pull that there. Group C sees Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland, which is a pretty, decent group here as well. There's gonna be some good football. But Rich, kick us off.
I'm glad you came to me first because Argentina's top of this group, and because Santi wants to slander me in the comments, Poland will finish second.
No, that's funny as well, bro. But there's so many comments, bro. I've been just so focused on this, bro. I haven't been reading them, bro. I can't even lie. I'm gonna get to all your comments though in a bit before we drop the link so people can come in and give their opinions.
I hope he comments back. Make sure you comment back, Mr. 619.
He said Rey Mysterio settings. Darren, who do you think is gonna emerge as the two seeds?
Come on. I think this is one of the easier groups to pick out.
He's gonna time me out. I'm in the stream, big man.
Santi's calling you out, man. But no, I think Argentina easy top in that group, and then Mexico second, man. I think they
don't crumble, Darren. Don't crumble.
Listen. Mexico, they got what's his face? They got Jimenez. They got then they have Lozano as well. They got a couple nice, pacey players, and they're Mexico. From what I recall of them, they're one of them teams that just play like dogs. Like, they're not gonna give up. And like you said earlier, I think the temperatures of Qatar is gonna favor certain guys, and I think Poland. I don't know how they're gonna weigh up in that weather. I'll be so real. I don't know how it's out there in East Europe, but listen, I swear it snows around them parts regularly, no? Like, they're not gonna suffer in the heat.
But to be fair, their summers are hot too, though, like mad hot still. Like I don't know.
Pretty hot there.
In the summer it gets hot there in them kind of countries there, but Saudi Arabia, no hope, no.
Unless they throw the bugger. I mean, they could try.
But so who do you think's emerging from this group?
Argentina first, and sorry, Santi, but I think it's Poland. Because I think it's CONCACAF or whatever it's called. Mexico, they've been underwhelming, recently. America and Canada have been ahead of them recently, so I think Poland second.
Ooh. You know what?
I know Santi's gonna slander me. It is what I apologize, Santi.
I'm gonna go Argentina to top the group. I think Mexico will emerge though, like because Poland, I'm not sure, man. They proper are a one-man team when it comes to international football. When Lewandowski has to score.
No, Poland play, you know.
Hey, but like in the tournaments though that I've seen, like it's always Lewandowski's got to save us.
To be fair, Rolly, you're only saying Mexico because you don't want Santi to Photoshop you.
No, he's already done it though. Remember the apology video, fam? That had the Haaland one, fam. He already done it.
I forgot about Ochoa, actually, the keeper.
Yeah, wait, Ochoa's made it again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like his fifth World Cup.
Fifth World Cup. Yeah, that's kind of crazy still.
Now, fair play to him. He's actually decent for them as well.
Yeah,
he's good.
Big legend for them. All right, let's move on to Group D. Group D. France, Denmark, Tunisia, Australia. Vibes. Start us off here. Which two teams are emerging from this group?
France and Denmark.
That's pretty easy, simple.
I mean, if the World Cup curse happens, it'll be interesting, but I doubt it touches the French team.
It might do. After Pogba's kind of last year where we've touching this
No, that was Pogba's own fault. You know, he got some B-Tech witch doctor.
And now he's no longer here. Like he's not even in the World Cup squad, like injury. All of that.
He hired Phil Jones as a witch doctor. That's the problem.
Of all people.
No, I know Nkunku's missing. But France will make it.
Yeah, they said Benzema. Somebody made a comment. Who made the comment? Who made the comment here?
Was it Rush with the American Ocean?
No. Somebody made a comment about Jez. Jez said that he got injured in training, Benzema, and he had to leave. They're assessing him now to understand his condition. So he's touch and go. We might see. And
yeah, but you know, Giroud, this is where he turns up, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
like, he may not score any goals, but he just knits everything together.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it worked from last time.
Yeah, that last World Cup was kind of crazy because Mbappe was cooking on the counter for France. Like it was crazy. Them little diagonal balls, that Pavard was just pinging to him in that space, bro. It was crazy.
You know what the one problem is though? Lloris is a bit of a bozo, you know, so I'm not that confident on him going forward. And if he picks Longley, if Deschamps picks Longley, it's not a good time for him.
Boy, I don't know. Darren, which two teams from Group D are going to emerge?
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the easier ones to pick again. France and Denmark. I do think Australia might cause a little problem, but I don't know. I'm not too convinced. I'm not even familiar with most of their players, to be honest. So France, Denmark, easy one. If anything, Denmark might even top the group. You never know. You never know. But yeah, that's my two.
And then Rich, for you, which two teams?
Yeah. France or Denmark.
Pretty simple. The only Australian player I know is Aaron Moy, bro. The guy that played, I think he played for Huddersfield.
Tim Cahill, you know.
Huddersfield. I mean, Tim Cahill was a while ago, bro. Even still, I don't know if Tim Cahill is he retired or is he still playing?
Harry Kewell and man, innit?
Bro, I swear that he was still playing football at 40 or 41 or something. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. All right, let's move on. Group E. Let me just make sure I've got Group E.
I wonder if Realis is French again because he kind of flip flops with the French national team. You know? He was French when it was the women's Euros. Then he wasn't French with Mbappe, and now he's French again. Like,
oh no, Rich, that's why he's French now because of Kylian, innit?
Oh, it's not for real. What full support?
Yeah, he's part of that clan.
Oh my
God. Yeah, it's Group E.
Moy, you know, I forgot about that guy. Did he play for Brighton as well? Or am I thinking?
I'm not. I know Huddersfield's.
Brush is right. Yeah, he scored against us. I remember that one.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
When they slapped us, I remember that one.
Yeah, I remember. Brush saying that they don't need Benzema. They got man like Giroud already led them to a World Cup, like Rich said, with 0 goals. All right, man, you got a dip, but he's gonna see us in a bit.
Go USA! Woo!
Big up Santi. Realist and Denmark going through. Jez saying that Lenglet's not in the team for France, so he's not going to be there. So it is what it is. Mbappe is Realist hero, makes him want to live his truth. Hey, I'm not involved in that comment there. Relax, fam. Group E, Germany, Spain, Japan, and Costa Rica.
In that order.
Rich has already given his prediction. Germany and Spain going through for Rich. For Darren, which two teams?
The thing is, I'm gonna have to agree with Rich, but I'm not gonna lie. Japan are not no schmucks. They can play. They can play good football. I can't remember. Was it the last World Cup? They should have knocked out Belgium. And I can't remember what they did. They did some last minute. Fellaini. Was it Fellaini that came on?
Yeah, Fellaini scored. I think he did.
Yeah, that little cheat code, just bring the guy up, header. They're all small. But Japan. I think this will be a tough group. This will be a very tough group. I think Spain. I know Germany been doing better recently, but even those two countries for me, they're ones that have been disappointing or at least underwhelming over the past 5-10 years. 5 years, I'd say. And up against these two other teams, these are not teams you can just sit against. There's like a bunch of countries across that you cannot chill. Otherwise, they will punish you if you play crap. So, Germany, Spain, but I would be careful with Japan because they got a couple of guys that can kick ball nicely and their players.
Yeah, vibes.
I'm gonna go Spain first, then Germany.
Okay.
Interested to see how they do without a striker now.
Well, I mean, you know it is with me. Yeah, like Japan. Like I remember Japan, like 2002. I think they went out in the group stage. I think and Korea was the team that got to the semis. Then 2006 they did a lot better. 2010 I think they did a lot better. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't really cast my eye on this Japan team in it, so I'm not too sure what they can do. I can't really see anything past Germany, Spain, but you already know how it goes. There's always one shot in the group stages, and it could be this one, it could be the England group. You never know. Like it could be France group. I don't know, but it's just one of those. One of these European teams are going to be shocked and they're going to be out of the tournament. I know that for a fact. Probably even Belgium potentially. Like you just never know. Let's move on to Group F. Croatia, Canada, Belgium, Morocco. Vibes. I'm going to start off with you because Morocco is your team in the sweepstakes. So
No, I'm not involved.
You're involved, bro. You have to support your team, bro.
I'm going to go Croatia first, Belgium second, Canada last, bun them, man. You know what is me, with Belgium, every time it's a bit like England. Good individuals, but they hype too much and then they always flop in the end. And I know Croatia, they're getting older, but Modric and them, man, I still think they'll come first. I'll just be happy if Morocco score a goal from a sweepstake,
You don't want them to score a goal, but you want them to finish with like minus 10 goal difference.
No, I want that team, the Canadian one. I need them. I need them on to finish that minus 20 or something.
Yeah, that slander needs to. Yeah. I agree with you.
That's gonna be actually hilarious because if they was to finish bottom of this group, bruv, there's one person I know that's gonna be slandered, fam.
Listen, that one person needs to be added back to the group for one day only. Just constant pepper.
Just peppering him, fam.
I mean, we might need Duolingo to speak to that guy, but
it's all mad. It's all mad still. Darren, who do you think is going to emerge out of this group here?
Oh, this one I think is similar to the England group. I'd say. I'm going to say Croatia and Morocco. I'm going to say, I think, I don't listen. This Belgian team, I think it might be the end of them. De Bruyne will just want to come back for Premier League tournaments. I don't think this team does that well. I don't even know who their striker is going to be. I don't know if Lukaku's even back, ready. It's probably Batshuayi, or I don't know who else. The defense. Somebody tell me their defense. Nice. Benteke is
Right.
other than De Bruyne and Hazard. I don't know if you lot saw Hazard the other day.
Yeah, I've seen him. Fam. Yeah,
Listen, the less said. Oh
Yeah,
my guy,
it's
man,
not
he's
it's
finished
not
now, isn't
good.
it?
Fam.
Listen, as someone said, I don't know what's going on with him, but it's not nice.
It's
It's not nice.
Listen, he's let it go, man. He's done a Snyder and he hasn't even retired yet. So
that's mad. I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, Lukaku's in the squad. Obviously, we know about Jeremy Doku as well.
True.
He's cold.
Dries Mertens, Leandro Trossard as well. Like, so they have they've got replacements. They got replacements. Obviously, you know about Carrasco, Dion Donker, but you know, I mean, Onana at Everton, who's done pretty well this season for them, despite them having a pretty poor start to the season, I guess. Yuri Tillemans as well. We know about him. Thomas Meunier, Alderweireld and Vertonghen, they're old now. Like it's like, and so it could be very difficult for them to in this tournament. But you know, it is one of those. And yeah, I mean, Rich, what do you think about this group? Is it going to be a shock in here, or is it pretty straightforward?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I reckon Belgium and Croatia should go through. I reckon Morocco will finish third, and Canada will finish bottom and stuff, and they can take their maple leaf pancakes.
Go on, Rich. That's the one. That's the one.
Take that back with them, maple syrup back with them.
Yeah, but you see in 4 years' time, yeah, you know it's gonna be so funny, bro, because they're hosting, isn't it? So that person could be back up.
They'll host. They won't take part. They'll just host.
They'll host. Yo, big up Samuel here, Belgium and Morocco. I have hope he's Moroccan, isn't it? So he has hope in his nation. Big up Sammy. And then saying Morocco, Canada going through. Ferb saying Canada will be lost. See, look, he just popped in here just to say Canada lost. Man, Mishi batshit crazy. Let me talk. Oh no, what's his name? That's a Rihanna reference there. Brush saying no shocks here. Man saying I hop FC. And then Kendall saying big up Kendall. He's saying ice hockey is what they're good at. Hey, the slander is ready for the Canadians. You know that's funny as hell. Let's move on to Group G. Interesting group here. Let me just get this right. Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, Cameroon. This could be an interesting one, but I think we already know who's probably going to top this group anyway. But Darren, give me your thoughts on Group G and what could happen.
Group G, man. Like you said, the top one, easy, expected from everybody. The second place, man, that's up for grabs. Between the three is obviously Switzerland or Cameroon. I really couldn't pick between the two. I'm going to have to back my African brothers, but Switzerland, they're not a schmuck team. They actually play well together. The likes of Xhaka, we've seen whenever he plays for Switzerland, he does actually perform decent. And with the form he's had so far, he might, even lift it going into this World Cup. Cameroon, on the other hand, they are, that one of the top African teams, keeping 100. I think they've been playing well up until this point. So, yeah, I'll back Cameroon. Top two are Brazil and Cameroon over Swiss and Serbia.
Rich, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going Brazil, Cameroon as well. I think Choupo-Moting will carry the Cameroon through, personally. I think Switzerland will finish third, and then Serbia will finish bottom with like minus 100 goal difference. And I can pick up my £20.
Oh wait, did Serbia pick Matic?
I don't know. Let me just check out.
I hope so. I hope they play him in goal.
I'm gonna say Matic in that heat, bro. It's not looking good.
Hey, let me see.
He can already barely jog, so yeah, it's not looking good for them, man.
Yeah. So you man calling me Rich Blatter and stuff, forgetting that I've got Serbia, fam.
No, Matic didn't make it this time. Matic didn't make it.
Oh no! Please tell me they dropped what do you call it? What's his face? SMM.
No, he's there.
Sorry.
He's there. Milinkovic Savic is there.
Someone just give him a light hamstring injury, please.
He's therefore there. You know,
Is that
do some,
Mitrovic playing as well.
yeah, Mitrovic, Jovic, Vlahovic too. Don't forget about him. Kostic as well, who's at Juventus now from Frankfurt.
Serbia's team's actually decent.
Their team is decent. Don't get it twisted. I know the Heat could play a factor, but these lot are techie still. Obviously, don't forget about Dusan Tadic as well. Like they got players, you know.
Yeah, they do actually. Now that you mention it,
don't backpedal, fam. Don't backpedal, you know.
Listen, you know what it is, yeah.
Nah, I'm still going for minus 100 goal difference. Don't worry.
I've just gave you forwards, but them forwards they are different. This is Vlahovic, you know.
But Roller, when you deep it, yeah, look, Vlahovic is playing under Allegri. Yeah, he's a terrorist, so it don't matter.
It's a terrorist. Allow it, bro. Don't start this, please.
Listen, Massimiliano Bin Laden. That's all I'm saying.
The vibes.
I'm gonna go Brazil, Switzerland. Wasn't it Switzerland who knocked France out of the Euros?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go them, man. Eto, after his World Cup prediction, Eto can hold fourth place. You know, the Cameroon man, they can hold fourth place. I've seen Serbia's a lot of people's dark horses. You know, I don't know if this is like the Turkey hype when people were doing it and they're dead, but I'll go Brazil, Switzerland.
Okay. Brush in the previous group said that he hopes Morocco finds a way through for you vibes. And then saying Cameroon number one, the rest don't matter. Big man, I'm not gonna lie, like it could be tough. You might get through second place, you might. Because you know the other two teams, I'm not sure. Maybe you've acclimatized to the Heat a bit better than those two, so you could take advantage. We'll see. Brush saying anybody's guess after Brazil. Man saying Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Cameroon last. And then saying Brazil out Samba hype. Ferb saying that it's going to be Brazil and Switzerland. Chupo Goateng. Brush talking about these World Cup predictions from Eto. Shaka and Shaqiri might have a vendetta against Serbia because they're Albanian. Yeah, I remember when they played in the Euros, not the last one, but the one before. There was that they played each other, and there was some fighting on the pitch and that. And I think Shaka scored, and he did like an eagle symbol, and he directed that at the bench, and then that's when it kind of kicked off. So that's pretty interesting, as well. Supernick saying Brazil and Cameroon injected. Brush saying Richie Smollett because they're saying you out here fixing stuff like
you need big man. You need to behave yourself, fam.
Ricciani Infam Blatter at this point a hybrid of corruption. Big up CM. Is Ivanovic still there? No, Ivanovic is definitely not in this one.
This guy, he said Ivanovic, you know, leave him alone,
bro. He's definitely too old, bro. I can't lie, he's nowhere near this squad.
Leave him, let Ivanovic enjoy his time, man.
Cameroon's going through still. Serbia with the last-ditch challenges. Bro, they're booing you guys. They're booing you in the comments, fam.
Listen, and then you gotta tell your team to perform. No, look at it. What's this? What's he doing here?
A Bobo, Toko Kambi, Chupo Moteng, and Same and Mbuemo to bring it home. Fam, I don't know about that.
I thought it was this five-a-side team at first, you know.
Nah, that's some of the Cameroon top players still, and then we're gonna go on to the final group in terms of predictions. My country is in this group, fam. So you know what's going on here, fam.
Oh, there's one team I want to see take all the L's, you know, in this group.
Yeah, we already know. Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, South Korea. Darren, kick us off, bro. Kick us off.
Bless my nation, Lord. Listen. We are going for, you know, I'm going to keep it a bit humble. I'm going to say Portugal first. Fuck. This is a tough group, I'm not going to lie, yeah?
It's hard.
It's hard.
But
I can see you lot stressing.
This is my hope this year. I swear to you, listen, you guys, you don't understand, yeah? Football is live. Club football is like literally 80% of the season. That's to the side. That's done this season. World Cup in the middle of the year. Ghana, my nation, football nation. Listen,
Hmm.
there are 2 countries there that have, one mainly that's done it.
Darren, sorry to cut you, Darren.
Go on.
Roland, time out, and then that comment is
Yeah.
No. Time out. The disrespect,
Bro. And then you see, just because we're talking about your people there, yeah.
After I said you're gonna finish second as well. No.
As for that one, you're going home early.
People are hating on us. The truth is, people are hating on us. Listen, I was talking to my Nigerian friends the other day. They're preying on our downfall. Listen, I don't understand, but listen, all I will say is, Ghana, I will push them to go second place. Obviously, it's the team I'm supporting. I'm being hopeful. But listen, I'm expecting every Ghanaian on that pitch against Uruguay to give 100 million%, 10 times over. Listen, we got to get back in blood. Listen, it's not even the anger that is inside of every single Ghanaian on that pitch. I want to see it on that day. I want to see the passion. Listen, South Korea probably a good team as well. But Ghana, honestly, and this ain't even from a biased point of view, Ghana can play football. Obviously, this team is a young team, but Ghana really is a footballing nation. We know how to kick ball. We've been doing it against these top teams across the different World Cups. So, it'll be interesting. Portugal, for me, is the best team. Uruguay do have a decent team, I'm not going to lie. But, listen, passion over everything. I expect these lot to do something against these lot. And then South Korea, we'll see if they can show up in the heat as well. But, Portugal, Ghana. Must go through, man.
Rich, give me your predictions, bro.
Right, so I'm getting my corruption sort of like head on. I'm hoping that we get bonus points for stadium entrances. Crowd participation award. Just throw that in the extra point. Honestly, Portugal obviously are favourites for this group, and then it's like honestly between the other 3. It could be anyone.
Anybody.
Could be anybody. And it's just about how they perform on the day. The closer it gets to this tournament, the more I fear South Korea. Like, those brothers can run. Their energy is mad. So before when I was thinking, maybe between us and Uruguay, I'm like, actually, no, South Korea. It could be a bit mad. Listen, if we go out, cool. As long as we turn over Uruguay. Yeah. Or as long as Suarez gets 2-footed.
As long as he retires that day after the game.
I'm happy.
Retire him. Just retire him, fam.
But I need Asamoah Gyan just to run from the crowd and super kick him or something.
Bro, Brush said, I hope Asamoah Gyan run on the pitch and suplexes Suarez. Fam.
That's it. I'll be, if we go and your guy go out with us, I'm happy.
His career will end that day. I'm telling you. Even if he's not playing, his career will end that day.
But you know what? Watching us against Switzerland the other day, I was so impressed. Semenyo, he may have to start all the games,
I told you about him, fam. Like, I'm ready. But it's going to be interesting.
If we do the 3-5-2, Ianaki and Semenyo, I'm happy.
I'm happy with
that. I'm happy. I think we can cause a shock,
The thing about it is, look, like, I'll give my thoughts. Vibes, what do you think about this group? Here.
I don't rate Santos yet, but I'll go Portugal first. And then this is biased because I don't like the guy, but Ghana second. Is Ghana this Uruguay second game? Yeah, I just need someone to 2-foot Suarez,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that guy. That Suarez, he won't leave that pitch.
No, bro, if no one fouls Suarez, don't pick for the national team again.
All I know is that, because I was saying this, innit? We're just being realistic here. I was like, the Portugal game for Ghana is the big one. That opening game is how they come out of that game. If they get battered in that game, that sets the tone for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, fact.
It's hard to recover from that. If they somehow were able to sneak a draw, then we're in with a shout of qualifying from the group. Because that game against Uruguay becomes the grudge match essentially, and like I know Ghana will be everything. They'll put everything in there to win that game.
Yeah. And this is where, like I said earlier, the heat. We have to take advantage. Of the conditions because we're used to playing in that heat. The European sides will have to obviously acclimatize.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that's
So yeah, it should be interesting. And obviously South Korea, that game like is going to be another one of those where if we're both in a position to qualify for second, for example, then it's long because either one of these teams on the day. So it's like I feel like Portugal, and then obviously like Vibes made a good point about Portugal and Santos. So Santos is a very pragmatic coach, and you know I feel like his time is about to end with Portugal, and you never know with some of the stuff that's been going on with Ronaldo in club football. He's going to bring that with him to the squad. We saw the video of him and Bruno. I know people are saying we're reading too much into it, but hey,
let's just hope Bruno don't pass on the ball and stuff like that.
I mean, all I was saying, so it's like it should be very interesting, isn't it? Like and obviously Ronaldo will think they should play every game for Portugal. The manager will say, "Hey, you can't because you're too old," and this, that, and the other. Like you never know what could happen. There could be a falling out. Who knows? And maybe Ghana could take advantage there, but we'll see. Let me see what the comments are saying. Sammy saying that we're going to be Ghanaian when they play against Uruguay. 100%. I know for a fact. CM with the eyes on the Uruguay. Super Nick the same with the eyes. Ferb saying Portugal and Uruguay are going to go through. Man,
I thought you were a boy.
Come on, man. Bro,
I'm a bit surprised at this one, bro. I think
he put Uruguay top as well. Come on, man. You can't support the ops like that. Come on, man.
Bruv, man saying it's Uruguay top, Portugal, South Korea, Ghana last.
Nah, these are some undercover Nigerians.
Out. Yeah, I know.
Man, I'm taking you out of the predictions league.
Bruv, you gotta come out of that, fam. You gotta come out of that, fam. See, Sammy saying Portugal and Ghana. No, I'll take that. Talking of Nigeria, how do you think they'll perform in their group after their 4-0 warm-up loss against Portugal? They outside the club, boy.
Listen, I'll let you man slander Nigeria.
They're outside the club, so
and it's rude,
They're outside. They're already outside the club, like
so when they say no entry after.
Yeah, they can't get in. They can't get in the club right now, so it's all good. Like I'm happy, bro. Like they released the new kit though. Did you see the new kit though, bro? New kit, but nowhere to go. Like,
what they're releasing a kit for? What's going on here?
I don't know, bro. Like Niger, they got a new kit every year, bro. But like, hey,
these man got a new kit for Christmas, Man said you're not going to the World Cup. Have a present from.
Oh my days!
If there's any Nigerian fans in the chat, I don't apologize. You man, especially KG, you man.
They said new kit, but nowhere to go. It's mad. It's mad. Kendall saying hopefully a nation from Africa land the World Cup except North Africa. Scammer societies over there. See, look, Kendall's got this agenda against the North Africans for some reason, fam. It's too funny, fam. I can't lie.
Yeah, Kendall vibes ain't gonna be happy with that one.
Yeah, innit?
With Morocco in the sweeps.
Yeah, listen, respect ZH and them, man.
Yo, let me drop this link now. We done with these predictions here. And obviously I've got some more predictions now that we're gonna go through, but I want to get some other people's opinions. So I'm gonna drop the link down in the chat. So hit that link if you want to come in here and give some opinions on the next topics that we've got going on. From all of you guys, who do you see as the eventual winners? It would be kind of long if we try to go through the whole tournament, innit? So who do you see as the eventual winners of this tournament?
Ghana.
Yeah, Rich is getting the bag ready, The money, man's got the money ready. I'm saying Brazil for me. Brazil.
Yeah, I'm going Brazil as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Argentina.
I'm thinking Brazil though. Like I can't lie. Like I feel like it's nostalgic. It's nostalgic, bruv. I want Neymar to just get that elusive World Cup, so then everyone can just stop talking.
You know what? I just don't want Brazil and Argentina to play each other. After the Copa America game, I ain't got time for them, man.
Nah, you see that game was hilarious.
After that game,
in that final, it was hilarious, bro. Because you know how they were saying, hey, they should mix AFCON and Copa America together, bro, and just let's have one big tournament because the tackles that were flying in that game between those two, it was crazy, fam.
Mad.
It was crazy, but yeah, man. I mean, I think the 4 favorites in this tournament are Brazil, Argentina, France, and England.
Wait, no. Who do you say fourth?
Yeah, I think England. I feel like
Roland
yo,
Sinbin. Roland Sinbin.
nah,
You said.
I'm telling you, the reason
Sinbin,
why
you
the reason why I say it is because
See, I would have said Germany, but
of the look, they've gone semi-final last World Cup. They got to a final of the Euros. Like if they don't, because the FA even said when they awarded this tournament to Qatar in 2010, this is before they built St. George's Park. The FA were trying to rebuild this whole English like setup and all of that, right? And they said this is the World Cup that they have to win. They earmarked.
Big man, did you see Declan Rice near the aircon?
Yeah, I know.
Man said fourth favorite now.
I know, but I'm saying that.
But Roland, even with that final and that semi-final, the one team that was of any quality that they played was Germany in both tournaments.
It's true though.
And Roland, you're gonna see this waist man in 40 degrees wearing a waistcoat, you know.
Hey, if I see anybody in suit at this tournament, if I see any manager with suit in this tournament, yeah, on the touchline, you're a serial killer because look, wearing the 3-piece suit in 40-degree heat, extreme sport. That's an extreme sport, fam. Like, nah, so yeah, like, but the FA, they earmarked this tournament as England's opportunity to win a World Cup. It's there. The records are there.
You trust in the FA, and on a roller, you need to simple yourself.
Hey, that's what they said. I'm just giving you facts. This is what facts is. So I had to put them 4 favorites because Portugal, they got a good side. I can't lie, they do. But the manager's gonna hold them back for sure. So if they emerge from their group and all of that, Santos will hold them back. I know that for a fact because they nearly didn't qualify for this tournament. They played Macedonia, no, not Macedonia, Turkey. And Yilmaz missed that penalty. Last minute penalty. They should not be here. Real talk. They shouldn't, but they made through. They scraped through that day. So it's like they got a good team. Who else like out of them? I mean, Spain, they're in a transition right now. Germany transition as well, but they could surprise. You never know those two teams. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Golden Boot winner. Who do you man think are gonna win the Golden Boot?
I'm going Vinicius.
Ooh. Vinicius with the Golden Boot, you know.
Yeah, I think his form for Real Madrid over the last 2 seasons has been incredible. You know, and especially when you look at the group games that they have, you may be bagging a couple braces before the knockout stages start.
I'm going Mbappe, fam.
I was gonna say the same.
Mbappe.
I feel like Mbappe is gonna show people again like what he's about, man.
I want Kane to throw another one, you know. I want them dirty deflections. You know, I'm gonna go Neymar just because I think they're gonna win it, and he's the main man. I'll go Neymar.
Yeah. I just have a feeling it's gonna be Mbappe, man, because like that pace, bruv, like in that heat as well, bruv. You're having to chase this guy, fam. Yeah, long for everybody, fam. Like, and in the last World Cup, he was on smoke. Imagine him now with 4 years under his belt, with all that experience. Like, he's basically gonna be the main man. And after the Euros, where he was very disappointing as well for France, he's gonna want it back in blood. I'm telling you. So I feel like maybe he could be the Golden Boot winner, but we'll have to wait and see because sometimes you get a shot.
To be fair, his Mrs. will be happy.
Hey, I'm not getting involved in that one. Let me move on. Who do you guys think is gonna be the best young player in the tournament?
I think you mentioned him earlier. Musiala, man. When he plays, he actually is like
he's cold, you know.
This kid, serious, man. He's a baller, and over the years, he's adjusted.
What about Jude Bellingham?
I was gonna mention him, but I don't think Southgate will play.
No, man. England make him look average. I don't know how Southgate does it, but listen, if England do something, maybe, but I don't even know if the guy's gonna. Well, he should be starting, but I don't even know if he'll consistently start, bro.
I don't think he will.
Listen, we know why Southgate. I'm not going to get into it, but we know why Southgate doesn't.
Don't even get me started.
The training camp for England is not good.
What about Tchouaméni, Rafael Leao? What about one of those players?
Leao, I can't trust against Santos. He's another terrorist. I can't trust him.
Right, there's some players here, man, like could emerge. You just never know. Like,
no, I was gonna say Pedri might look decent, you know.
Pedri. Yeah, we're forgetting about Pedri too. Like,
you know what? Kudus could have a very good tournament as well. You know,
Kudus as well. Like, I mean, he's had a really good start to the season, and
Yeah.
obviously, I've mentioned that how because this World Cup is like right smack bang in the middle of the season, people are ready. They're up to speed. They're not tired. So I can see it being a very good tournament. I can see it being very like lively, like a lot of good games and stuff. And yeah, so some of these players could end up having really good tournaments. Kudus could. It just depends on how far Ghana go, to be honest. Because if we go out in the group stage, you ain't gonna see much of it in a minute. So it's one of those. What about the breakthrough young players? Is there anybody that's like kind of bubbling that you just kind of like this could be their tournament now, and they just take this opportunity?
I would say Gavi,
Gavi,
because you've kind of seen like glimpses of him.
yeah.
And so I think this is the one where you like, yeah, I'm here. I've arrived.
I'm trying to think. Maybe the likes. I doubt the kid is even gonna get much selection. I believe it's Martinez that's still coaching Belgium, right? But Doku, it'd be nice to see him get more of a chance in the Belgian team.
What I saw of him in the Euros was crazy.
Bro, he looks explosive. He looks like that type of player. I just don't know if he's gonna be playing ahead of the other guys, and it'd be nice to maybe see him get a chance if Belgium are doing nothing, because he's got definitely a lot of raw ability.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of names I feel like maybe aren't on the radar. I don't know if they'll be like playing or be in like, first name on the team sheet. But
I've got one for you. I'm gonna throw this name out here. Cody Gakpo for the Netherlands.
Ooh, for Netherlands.
He might, because he's had a very good start to the season. So I feel like he could potentially be the breakout player this season, and for this tournament, because you know the Netherlands, their group is like they're looking like favorites to win that group, right? And so he'll probably be into the last 16. He's had a very good start to the season, and like you know he's in rhythm, he's ready to go. LVG is obviously a good tactician, so he know how to utilize him best. He's got a good supporting cast as well, like, and this could be his tournament. Like you never know. But yeah. I'm just gonna throw that name out there.
Special mention to Semenyo.
Yeah, Semenyo too.
You know, for someone who's playing like obviously in the Bristol City, the Championship, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, I hope he has a good tournament for Ghana, but not too good a tournament, because we're hoping to snatch him in January as a Palace fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like because you said that you guys have done some groundwork in terms of the transfer already, you might actually be paying a bit more if he does well.
Hopefully so. So.
One person Brush mentioned, if he starts, Mukoko could be one of them.
Oh yeah,
he's playing well for Dortmund.
Yeah, there's a lot of players here. Brush saying Mukoko if he actually plays. Gavi, Man saying Gavi. Doku's pace. Oh no, Benzema will miss the.
Whoa!
Wow.
Nah, big man, this curse might be real, you know.
Pogba's cursed that team, fam. Wow.
Matthias, this.
Yo.
But you know what? I mean, for my light agenda, when Benzema was in the team, they failed in the Euro, so that's just my light agenda, isn't it?
Yeah, true. That's crazy, man. That is.
You know, Deschamps probably called Ringo Blaise Matuidi or something.
Allow
you're big man. Have you got another shift in you?
Don't do that, fam. You know who they might have to call up, fam? Ekite. You know the striker, the young striker that moved.
Oh yeah.
Marshall FC are thinking, they're gonna get rejected a second time. You know, they're gonna get rejected a second time.
Hey, Marshall FC are gonna try and bring this thing. Nah, allow me, fam. Allow me. And then saying Giroud to win the Golden Boot.
Wait, is that France's second injury since they've been out there?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's like, who's gonna come in to replace? I mean, I don't know. Are they still allowed to bring someone in, draft someone in at this late stage? I don't know.
I'm sure they will, because they're meant to have like 26 squad.
26, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who ends up becoming the striker that they bring in.
Michael Olise might even get a call up, you know.
If he does, that's going to be a big shock as well, fam.
No, I need Matuidi just for my agenda on Realist. I need Blaise Matuidi called up.
He said Blaze was 2D, fam. Bruv, I swear he
Listen,
plays
he's
Inter
yeah,
Miami
man's doing his thing in MLS, isn't it?
in MLS and that.
Mm.
I know we mentioned Denmark as a dark horse earlier on in this year, but who do you think could be a dark horse out of the teams we've mentioned in all the groups? Like, who could potentially emerge apart from Denmark? Is there any team you're looking at that could cause a shock?
You know what? Because Rich mentioned the weather might be one of the African teams. Just because of the way it is. I'm not sure to pick. You know what? Bias again. I'm gonna go Ghana.
Oh. Hopefully.
If we get out of that group, then yeah.
Because remember the AFCON. Yeah, everyone thought, this is over for Ghana. Nigeria fans were like, yeah, we're gonna knock you out of the World Cup, and look what happened. So
True.
you never know. You never know what can happen now.
True.
And certain countries make a kit when they're not in the World Cup. It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad,
When I saw it, bro, I was like, bro, you're all dressed up with nowhere to go.
That's like sending yourself a birthday. That's like writing yourself a birthday card, and posting it. Like, big man, what are you doing?
Bro, they didn't. There's a motive on it. They didn't invite you, and then you still went to go and buy clothes, bro. It's mad. Stay at home.
Listen, I
bro.
can't lie. There's some Nigerians that don't like me because of my comments on the jollof, innit? I'm like, listen, I've never had it, but I know Nigerians it's not the one.
It's not the one, bro. Don't worry, bro.
How are you making a cake?
When we do the link up, bro, I'll bring some in it. You know what I'm saying? You can taste it.
Don't bring the not the Nigerian one.
I'm making the Ghana one, fam. You can taste that.
Oh, no, we had the agenda for you, rice and ketchup. Yeah, yo.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you man see me in the GC, fam. I can cook, fam. Don't do this, please.
But how you making a kit and releasing it when teams are going to the World Cup?
It's funny as hell. I can't lie. CM saying that's the first Ballon d'Or winner to miss the World Cup since 1978. That's crazy.
Mad.
That is crazy. Cameroon as the dark horse for NN. Netherlands look like dark horses for Manch. Brush has a best interest, so Orange all the way. Marco van Brushton. Them man turned up to the party, but no one was there. Jollof Empire. Stop it, fam. I don't know where this agenda is coming. Like, man can't cook, bro. Man is dating a chef. If I don't know how to cook, fam, it's peak.
Nah, Roland, they told me you burn pot noodles.
No. I don't eat no pot noodles. All this pot noodle is not. Me, I've never even had that before in my life. So let's not do this, please. I'm begging. I've never had it in my life, bro. That Niger green kit is dead. I don't care what their kit looks like. They're not coming to the World Cup, fam. They're at home. So it's all good. They have to watch us on TV. I loved it. I'm telling you. No dark horse predictions. You can't see anymore. You don't see any more. Japan, Korea, Canada.
Ty is gonna be rooting against you, man, on DR Sports, yeah.
Let him do it. Man. I hope they buy the full kit for him as well, fam. Let him.
Well, he probably pre-ordered it twice.
Trust me, fam. He might have. The United States potentially. You never know.
CM, tell them again. This oily jollof rice.
Come on.
Like, tell them.
Come on. Hey, we might have to do it though. We might have to get like a cast of Nigerians that do content and say, let's just cook jollof, bruv. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? No football talk.
Listen, when you look at the cast of Nigerians, it's not looking good from you. Got Ty.
Yeah, you got
KG, sir.
Ty, Kelechi, KG, bruv. Team 1, bruv. Team Niger, bruv.
One man sings on his Toys R Us microphone, the other one wears 2 headphones to Arsenal games. I don't know what's going on in that jollof, but it's making man move crazy.
Nah. In terms of the flop of the tournament, where do you think that's happening? Which team is going home early? Big team, potentially somebody who's going to underwhelm. What do you think?
Either England or like Spain or something, I reckon.
England.
Ooh, you might have said England. See, but how come you thought England were going to qualify from their group? If it's a flop, it's surely going to be in the group stages, no?
No, I said they're finishing second, and so that probably means that they're round of 16. They're gone.
They're facing Brazil or Argentina or something. Yeah, Matty. No. Darren?
Yeah, I'd say I don't know, man. I feel like most of it's probably gonna go as what we expect. I'll be honest, but if there's gonna be a flop, I want to say Spain. Something about Spain is just underwhelming right now. They just got no gunmen. You watch them play Morata, Olmo, Ferran Torres.
Yeah.
They ain't got many guys, man. Even watching them, I remember I have this friend who's Spanish and she went to see them in Wembley. They're not cutthroat. Maybe Luis Enrique might have cooked something up. Somebody might switch on, but I'll be honest, man. I think especially with Germany and Spain, they're in the same group, right? I feel like one of them will just die off. I'm leaning towards Spain.
Spain, yeah, because like that the way we've been talking about that Germany side, obviously Brush mentioned earlier, they have Mukoko and they've got Adeyemi as well.
Yeah, they got players.
They got some players in it, so it's like, and obviously Nabri's like now a lot more established, more experienced as well. Sane the same. So it's a young team, but they've been around the block. These are players that are experienced, but they're young in it. So it's pretty interesting. Vibes. Any flops you can see?
I'll go Belgium and you know what? I'm backing the World Cup curse as well, France. I'm gonna go France. I'm backing that curse, you know.
Hey. Yeah, Sane's in the team now too. Yeah, that is a very interesting. And Russia and that Germany always wants to watch, especially after such a poor Euros as well. I think did they get knocked out by England in the Euros, or were England in the group with them?
Yeah, we know Muller missed that 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sterling scored the opener, I think, and then Harry Kane scored the second goal to just seal off the win. In that game in the Euros. So it'd be interesting to see how they react from that. Hansi Flick is the manager, isn't it, for Germany, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back in this tournament as well after the disappointing Euros. But I guess that's it, man. Like I dropped the link, but nobody wanted to call in it. So I think we can wrap this up right here still. But yeah, big up to my guy Darren. Big up Rich as well for coming through as well after his wonderful afternoon, evening, and that. Big up Vibes as well. So yeah, tomorrow, 4:00, we'll be kicking off the watch-alongs on the channel. Qatar versus Ecuador, the host nation. I actually get to see them for the real first time because I ain't never watched them play. So it's interesting to see what they do.
For you, man, who bet, just put Qatar penalty on.
They said
just put that on tomorrow. You'll win some money.
I'm tempted, you know. I might just.
I'm not doing it. Don't listen to Vibes because then when you lose your money, then it's Vibes.
No, just put like a light fiver or something.
No. Don't listen.
Or
to
light
Vibes.
pound.
You're to bet. Don't
listen.
You're
saying don't. I'm just saying, Qatar penalty. Watch.
Give them the minute, innit? Give them the minute. That's happening, innit?
Nah, and if they don't get a penalty, they're paying with Monopoly money still, innit? A first half penalty.
I said first half penalty. All right. Well, look, there's gonna be a lot of World Cup content on the channel over the next 4 weeks. So make sure you stay tuned. Obviously, a lot of the man them are gonna be here. We're just gonna be vibing, watching these games together. It should be interesting. And then saying, address the Eagle Eye Sports allegations. How did Rich get the money to put up a 250 million bid for Palace? And then you're a funny guy, man.
Can I say that money is going directly to the rebuilding of the stadium? We're going to build a new tier.
Rich is doing a Umar Johnson, with the school.
The school,
new stadium. We are not going to see that stadium.
Stop.
We are not seeing that stadium. We are not seeing that stadium.
They said the school, Vibes. You need to stop.
Rich is lying. He's getting no stadium.
Funny, you're funny as hell, fam. Yo, big up Super Nick, man. Love every time. Love.
Happy birthday, Super Nick.
Happy birthday once again. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bruss and Rich is gonna sit down with us at a later date, fam. Hey, they say you're gonna do a Ronaldo one. Allow me. Hey. But yo, Rich, shout out Eagle Eye Football as well. Make sure people know what's going on over there.
Yo, big up if you want to come for more corruption allegations. Make sure you come find us at Eagle Eye Football. But yeah, look, obviously, listen. Most importantly, like we're here for the World Cup and that. and stuff. So if it's whether it's me or some, even actually some of the other boys from Eagle Eye Football, they might be jumping in and watching us and stuff. And we're gonna give it that AFCON vibe. Like I feel we did AFCON well. We did it proud.
We did it justice though.
We did it justice. So yeah, we'll be back again.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of the man them are gonna be here, as I mentioned before. So it should be pretty fun watching all the games and stuff. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Wait, is Santi doing the America games?
He has to do both, innit? Like I want him to. I want him to do both because obviously it's Thanksgiving next week, innit, for them, innit? So he's gonna be off at least one of them days, innit? So it should be interesting still. So yeah, let's see how he does. How he does Mexico and USA games because he's got a joint allegiance a bit. You know what I'm saying? So it should be interesting still. But yo, people, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you're new. Hit the notification bell for all of the live content that we're going to be doing over the next 4 weeks. And we are out, people. Peace.